Hello, everyone, and welcome to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, home of the Bayou Bengals and the stadium called Death Valley since the late 50s. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Works his way ahead for 3. They'll spot it at the 18.
I'll tell you, this is a running back who's very, very dangerous, and the defense did a good job getting him down there. But they got to do a great job gang tackling, because this is a guy that can break tackles and turn those types of plays into home runs.
Pulls and fires it complete to the right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's complete on the right side. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
Man, this guy is so dynamic, and that's why you want to try to get him the ball as many ways as you can. That time it's a screen throw, and he had some nice blocks downfield, but with his speed and elusive running ability, this dude is dangerous.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Red pass, it's complete. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Plows through the defense. Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards. And the house call coming on the run from the 23. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Leaves it with the running back. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Scrambling away. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Picked his way through the traffic for 6, but it'll be fourth down and 3 yards to go.
This is an interesting decision now for the head coach. You're trailing very early in the game. There's a lot of football left. But you're in a situation where you could go for it here and try and answer after your defense gave up that touchdown on the opening drive.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Right back to it. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. A statement run in the red zone to the 13.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on 2nd down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up 3rd and long, and now you're set up to fail.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. They can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And they take it in for 6 more points. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And here's the return. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then...
Got a lot of running room. The 40. The 20. Past the 10. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Lining up for the PAT. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. USF is ahead in this one, but unlike the days of Jim Leavitt, this has not been a blowout today in Tampa. They're up by 7 over the Astronauts. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Paulo.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Forced out of the pocket. Shakes off the tackle. When you've been around like this guy has, you know how valuable picking up the first down with your feet can be. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the big fella. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
He's going down at the 29. Brings up 2nd down.
Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Brings up 3rd down.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
And the returner will be brought down. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They've clearly found that dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires downfield. Got his man to the left. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Makes his connection. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, LSU!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. The throw. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. He's at the 30. He's at the 10. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job by this defense.
They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They won't let him in. He had a nose for that end zone, but he will be stopped short.
You know, in these goal line situations, the field starts to shrink. It's easier to key in on these guys that you know can fly at the quarterback spot. Defense was locked in. Nice job on the 3rd and goal.
Slams it ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And this junior loves to show off that big arm. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. He's looking to throw it. He's moving out of the pocket. Complete to the left. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Second and 10. He'll throw again. Gets rid of it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Comes out throwing on 1st down. Using the quick game. They get him down at the 34-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup and a 1st down. Wide out in motion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. On the move, he fires. He makes a catch. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Now from inside the red zone. Got his man quickly. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper, a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. They're just about ready to kick it away. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. Let's it fly. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Yeah, you can tell the timing wasn't great, and quarterback receiver not on the same page, but when you're going to miss, don't miss towards the DB. You definitely want to miss out towards the sideline so you don't get yourself in trouble.
Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the 3rd quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it, and I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. From the gun, Give on the inside. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. They'll go right back to him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And that ball's incomplete on fourth down, but wait just a second. There is a flag, and this is a big call. Offense set on first down. Little touch pass to the receiver. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! And the punishment has been extended. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. The defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute, put some points on the board.
And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver shows motion. Now improvising. Setting up the screen. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it past the marker. Just trucks through it. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Casey. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. And that's a really difficult route to handle if you can get a big fella working the outside in the corner like that.
And no doubt, because he runs upfield first and then makes a beeline towards the sideline. So whether it's man or zone, you can throw that football away from the defender and make some big plays.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Love that. Nice hands and also beautiful awareness by the receiver to make that grab inbounds.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. They keep attacking through the air. Makes the grab outside. It's Hurtado. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Caught near the sideline, it's Hart. He steps out of bounds, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. Precision, execution, and timing to pick up the 1st down on the out route.
I think you're spot on. Those out routes, man, it's got to be about timing. You got to throw that football before he breaks. Nice job seeing it. Short yard situation, throwing the ball on the money so the receiver can get upfield and get the 1st down.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. The give to the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Auburn.
Touchdown, Auburn. Number 23 in the end zone.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker on for the extra point.
Right down the boulevard. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Louisville has the lead right now, but it's not like Lamar Jackson is under center out there today, which might explain why this one is so close. They're up by 7 over Army. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down.
Green 25.
He wants to throw. Looking to buy time. He'll throw one to his right. Catch and stride inside the 15. Touchdown LSU. And the beatdown has ensued. This game must be moving so slowly for this quarterback. He sees everything 2 or 3 beats ahead.
Way ahead. I mean, it's been really, really easy. I better get some more hits on him. I better do something to make him feel uncomfortable. Because right now, it's just like, oh, you're running that? Yeah, that's easy. I mean, he's already read your mail. You better change the address, do something different.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
This one away.
The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to...
And the Oliver offense will take over 1st and 10.
They'll come to the line, 90 seconds to play here in the third. They'll go to the ground. He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Ready up.
6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
He's looking to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Got it.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10.
Easy.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll throw it on 1st down. Oh, he drops the football. He had him right down the gut of the field. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes 2nd and 10. Looking for room. It's all stopped. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
At the 38, it's 3rd down.
Ready.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, LSU 56, Auburn 21.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. The run from the shotgun. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
A huge game. Probably would have loved to say this earlier in the game. Probably would have loved to have some of these runs and had a little bit more success running the football earlier. Now, I might think about maybe cranking the tempo and probably, if I'm going to need these runs, I'm going to need to go ahead and score on these runs, or I'm going to need to start chucking the football.
They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
You know, and that's why this guy can play 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Looking to pick up a 1st down on 3rd and short from the 43. To the ground to try to move the chains. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it there.
They'll try again on second down after the incompletion. Motion from the offense. On second down, they'll take to the air. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. And guys, they've come through on the first 2 third down tries. This one might be a little tougher. He's looking downfield to throw. And they can't make the play on third down.
It's got to be frustrating to be this quarterback in this game, too. Just has never had confidence being able to step up in the pocket and deliver throws. When he gets flushed, they're still taking away all the throws down the field. It's just been one of those days.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll start this drive with a pass. Looking deep down the right side. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Starting to feel a little pressure. It's caught. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. LSU quick to the line. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Back open in the middle. Spins away. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there. A similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
The Tigers will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Buying some time. He'll pull it down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And the route is on. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Here's the snap, looking to throw. He's into the end zone for the 2 and extends the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Looking to go up top on first down. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Touchdown, LSU! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. That leads a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in Week 3. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Oklahoma State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program with a case full of trophies, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
They'll throw it on first down. Dances away to buy time. He'll pull it down and run. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads it left. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. And that is his fifth interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Tigers! What a great play by the defense and paying it off with the interception return.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working.
And that ball is live in the backfield. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And that's a huge play by the defense. Great job and great effort getting to the ball carrier and swatting at the football, knocking it out, and then following up with a massive fumble recovery.
So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. The handoff, keep working on that clock.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Flip it. Roll it.
Running back searching for a hole. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way.
Touchdown, Tigers! And the pummeling has started.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And the point after is good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.